Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Guillermo Cid. I am from Chile. I have been in Nexus for the last 2.5 years. Like, first, I started doing some tweets with the alias of Elmo Santorini, and almost a bit more than a year, I am being an ambassador volunteer from the Nexus Embassy US. Uh, I am earth scientist. That's my background. I have a bachelor's science degree in geography and a master of science in earth science and PhD. And I am also a programmer. And I would like to talk about a new project that we have here in South America. It's called the Fundacion Codigo Abierto, or the Open Code Foundation. After this amazing 2 days of the conference, we can now get a bigger uh, respect about Nexus and understand better what is the potential that it has. And I would like to present myself as a connection, a Nexus. I am not the president of the foundation. The foundation is a non-for-profit organization. We have been doing some groundwork from the last 2 years that we have had several difficult times before the pandemic because of the social explosion that we had in October 18, 2 years ago, approximately. Uh, I am being interested into environment and climate change adaptation. So, and we have a team of people that I would like to present. So, we are an international organization, and we are focused on giving and transferring knowledge to the people in need. We have a cooperative approach, and we try to generate knowledge and technology to accelerate and help climate change adaptation and alleviate educational problems and inequities to prepare the future generations and to be part of our constellation. So we are focused on empowering the future generations, kids, but also we want to be with the older people too, because we need to help everyone, and we are trying to change the system because we have several troubles in, at least here in Chile and in South America, related to food scarcity, uh, unfair prices, that hyperinflation, and many other things. So Nexus, for example, could be a great asset for us. Uh, what's our organization? The Gabriel, who will present after me, is the president. He's an anthropologist. He's also an environmentalist and a social fighter. He has been fighting for the last 20 years for our country sea, for the different kind of environmental troubles that we are having with mining, with forestry, and many other things. I am the VP, but and founder, and but I am also possibly in the future the Nexus LTAM embassy director. We have another founder that is Ignacio, is our attorney. We have we are focused on science. Christopher Fitzpatrick is the science director. The directors are working on a volunteer basis. They are dedicated in different places of the world. Right now, Christopher is in France. He's working in COVID treatment, and he's also have worked in the past in cancer. We have Jorge Botay, who is a technology and uh, public relations director. He is someone that works in the UN. We have the amazing help of our beloved friends and my colleagues from the embassy in US, Jeremy Watson or Common Sense Crypto, and Mr. Anderson, that is our advisor and a very nice person. We have also a territory director, Kate Solvel, and Rodrigo Romero in the ethnography director, and we have this funny, loving guy. This Alvaro Gomez. He's helping us in food security and food automation using agronomics. And we also have a branch of coding. That is Carlos Robles is the main coder. I am also a coder. And we are having some people that is willing to help us on a volunteer basis too, because as I said in the beginning, we're focused only on doing this for the wellness and the good of our country, our continent, and finally the whole world, and in the future the galaxy. We have our amazing Andrea Coutinho, who is our office assistant, but she is also a microbiologist, so she will help us in the future. And we have also the therapeutic sector that we are trying to improve in biomechanical adaptation to kind of problems with lack of mobility, for example, arthritis and arthrosis. We have several areas of attention, and these are science, research, experimentation, and application. We have a lab. We have biological and agricultural prototypes. We also are immersing us in cybernetics and robotics. And one of the things that we are doing right now is urban regeneration using food security, using a green roof initiative to create food in urban areas and help into increasing quality of life, quality of food, and creating a kind of local economic market, but it's based on peer-to-peer access. So the things that today were showed about the app, the mobile wallet, are very, very important for us, because we will be able to generate many more products easily. And we also focus on water generation because, and this maybe sounds weird, but in Chile is the only country in the world that water is not of the country and is private. So that's is very, very unique and awful way of showing what can increase of capitalism can do. So we are trying to change all that things. And what I want to share and to finish my part of presentation is that we are trying to change the way of the system, how the system works, because we think that the system is sick and the system is looking for a new way of organization, a new way based on equality, based on communities, based on creation of networks between all the people. And having all the people together, we can create a better society. And finally, we can, and this is just a term that we were talking today, we can change and update the society firmware, like if we had a hardware in our brain. But that's our main issues that we're trying to address with the foundation and the LTAM embassy. So I would like to give the speaking time to Gabriel, who will explain many other things. I am really grateful for being closing this conference, and yes, peace.
Thanks, brother and partner. Hello to everyone. I want to say thanks to this wonderful community to give us this space for showing to all of you this initiative. My name is Gabriel, as Guille said. I'm an anthropologist, and I have been working on many projects all of these years, trying to fight against these monopolies and centralization that the world became the last time. Our main core, or main objective, as the philosophy of the open code, from the open source philosophy also, is the human liberation. We want to apply technology and coding and science to enforce and to deliver solutions in our context, and our contexts are all the contexts in the world. We are several communities living together, separated by a stuff that is not chosen by us. We are determined. So we are also determined as a foundation. We are in the country of Chile. We are in South America, at the end of the continent. Our country is a minery, lithium, forests and fish industry rich country, but we are full of poverty. We are full of lack, full of corruption, But we are also a stable country, and we have many ways to improve our situation right now. That's why we are fighting with along to many people around. In this foundation, we cross path with these people. We are collaborating since several years in different initiatives. We are reuniting that initiatives in the Código Abierto Foundation, the Spanish for Open Code Foundation, for the English Open Code Foundation. And as Gide says in their introduction, in our introduction, foundation came from need to apply from a group of people, need to apply this knowledge to the to our real context, to our daily context. As the beginning, the knowledge about computation, informatics, and all of this development from the past 10 years was orientated to develop new ways to see the economy, new ways to see society. And we have the emergency of these new kinds of social movements around the world, this new value fighting again in topics that we believe that it was over, after the Second World War, after the Iron Curtain. We're fighting for freedom. And the Nexus philosophy and all of this open code knowledgement is oriented to get freedom. And the blockchains and or Nexus as a community develop state of art in the way that in this community there are some innovations that first and all, as Colin says, as everybody here said the last 2 days, of really deep knowledgement, really deep point of view, really deep technologies. We are in the quest for social justice, in the way that knowledgement and technology and principally science can do. So in this group named Fundación Código Abierto, we are looking for programs and for initiatives that can help little groups of people at the beginning, because we were doing this for the last 20 years with little groups. The little groups are better organized, in some cases. But in our foundation, we made these programs, and these programs are connected to these projects that Guide was speaking about. So we want to apply these open source solutions, the blockchain research, decentralized autonomous organization as DAO exploration. We want to apply this to the living stuff, to the living people, to the living communities. We want to apply the mathematical existence of all of this knowledgement, all of these developments, in the digital or in the mathematical realms. We want to apply it into society. We want to transform, or maybe make a different way to do in a blockchain use case. We want to apply the blockchains in the social realms, in social communities. And we are working, as Gidi said, please next, thank you. And we are collaborating with communities. We establish and execute this cross-functional curriculum and experiments encompassing key areas of science, technology, and open source core competences, fortifying the future for all communities, targeting the following proficiencies. We want to make, and we are building yet, we are designing right now, and we are trying to look for how founding this. We are designing and building seminars for communities in these private and public entities. We are designing and we are starting and researching, agricultural and food resilience concepts. We are also developing some mathematical methodologies because we need to use this, kind of knowledge and apply it to society, and we need to make some markers, for because we need to do some analysis also. This is new for society. So we want to use all of these, I don't know how to say, it's so beautiful. So we want to make some video and streaming educational programs. We want to work with the schools for minors, and open some schools with free programs for other children in other communities, because we are going to work, and we are working in 3 different use cases right now, trying to apply this social blockchain development that we are trying to do, because we are opening this foundation on the Nexus ecosystem, because the Nexus ecosystems is one of the most important, or maybe the only one, who is working to fight against centralization and to use this knowledge and apply it into society to get this decentralization, not just as a theory, using that knowledge and applying that knowledge in this this present world. So we are working with the 3 different group of people. We are working with the school. We are building these programs of code, of science and tech, because we are going to support this first project that we are seeing right now, FCA and DApp. DApp is an renewed enterprise here in Chile. They made some green roofs. We are going to collaborate and make some, we're going to develop some tech to apply the blockchain to manage these green roofs, and we are going to involve, and we are going to work with the communities that DApp is working right now. We are worried about the food sovereignty, the food security also, and we are passing through a pandemic. We are passing through these social movements around the world, and where the countries are paralyzed, by these 2 ways. And the government and the power groups are pushing, are trying to control. There's not so much food. There's not so much freedom to move around the world right now. So the people is not leaving the community. We are locked down in our houses. Our children are locked down in our houses in the most of the countries. So we want to use this knowledge to build these green roofs or these food plantations, and apply the blockchain management, and use this management to build these communities in the mathematical realms. And we want to use these blockchains to manage the food supply and also the food management as in the agricultural way, because we are going to use some technology to censor it, all of these plantations, and to have this monitoring from the blockchain itself. We are going to establish these traceability systems to also connect these communities, to other communities, and other producers, food producers who are on the country right now, and with all of this pandemic, they are disconnected. So with DApp, we are researching and engineering and implement decentralized applications, that's DApps, prototypes with community food supply chains to determine viability, efficacy, and ultimately inclusion into long-term environmental strategies. So we are going to do this in this school in the city of Valparaiso, in the coast of Chile. A school built for different capacity children. The half of the children there are children with special abilities. And we are going to build this project, and we are going to build this code academy. And our foundation, as a piece of Nexus, is going to try to provide, not just with the funds coming from Nexus. We want to grow up and make us sustainable, and we are going to fund these programs to understand how tech, code, and science work in these green roof plantations. We have the school where we are working on that. We are going to try to make a model of work. We are going to try to involve all the communities surrounding this school. And we are going to see what happens. That's why our foundation is composed by so different professionals and so different explorers. Because everybody in this foundation is looking for search and help people, and we all found this way to use blockchains. How we are going to use a blockchain? We can make this DApp and decentralize the control of the distribution of these green roof plantations. We can take, and City App has this project. We can take these several buildings on this village and connect them and connect between them. We can connect also the inhabitants inside the buildings, because the green roofs belongs to every community in all of these buildings. So that kids, the kids of these people who lives on these buildings, also are going to receive, some classes or this program, educational program, because we don't believe in frontiers, and everybody needs to know how the future is working. And everybody needs to know also how the future is working with the Nexus philosophy and the open source philosophy. So our last project is the Atacama Space Mars Station. The Nexus ecosystem always was looking to the space, was looking to the high realms, I believe, where there's no ego, or there's no necessity to not share, stuff. And we want to use all of these programs with this urgency. And the urgency for us right now in these third world countries, as we are called, we need to fight against the climate changing and the global warming. And we know that this is a difficult issue, that has many point of views. But here we have no many points of view in some communities who has no water, for example. We are talking about the Atacama Space Project in this area, because the Atacama Space Project starts as a project to build landing facilities and for integrate to startups or emerging enterprise who are going to apply and who are going to need the Mars context, and who are going to need the terraforming and the strained zone irrigation and agricultural innovations. All of this is going to be building on the decentralized and solidarity paradigm. So this way to operate with these three projects, at least, we are working in one more in this moment, but it's so early. We are working in all of this past 1 year in all of this research and design and at the beginning of the execution of several cannabis related projects that are in full operation. We have these permissions here, and we have these other friends who are going to work, we hope, with the foundation, collaborated with these educational programs that we are going to record and distribute for free on this school, because we are going to also make these streamings with the students, you know, not about the cannabis, of course, but about the tech and the biotech and the research that we are making. So to finish these initiatives, we are working also since month in this geospatial solution for coastal administration, because we have these legal systems a little bit weird. As Guille said, the water is private; it's not public. You know, you can take it just for you. And we are making since this year with a group of developers this visor, this tool to see what is going on in geospatial dimension. That's in the existing initiatives. Next, please.
Thank you.
So to finish, we are presenting this as a rookies on this on this kind of developments. You know, this is so big for us. That's why we want to learn, and we want to be a part of this dream. You know, decentralization and freedom are a dream. Thank you to all.
Are there any questions, or maybe are?
I'm just gonna check.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like we have any questions.
Yeah, I saw some commentaries about the water. That is crazy, but yes, we don't have water. The drinkable water is not is not of our. We don't have water. The water is owned by some private people and private companies, and that is kind of crazy when you go to a level that crazy of capitalism. When you tokenize it, that's really crazy. So yeah, that was true, and we are trying to change it with the constitution. So that was.
We are fighting for that.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, we've had some discussions on Slack, as you know, the last week. Some people are of the opinion that we're not in a position at the moment to expand into Latin America. However, I think we've come to the decision collectively that we're going to hold a vote at the end of next week on chain, so everyone can express their opinions and views through an online vote. So is there anything else you would like to add to the presentation?
No, thank you.
Yeah, we're fine. So
thank you, Jules.
Okay.
Thank
yeah.
you. Thank you so much for taking time out to present today.
Bye, everyone. Thank you to all. Gracias.
Bye.
Bye.